So recently, I made a video about QA engineering, specifically focusing on manual or human testing. The next gradual progression is automation testing. So today, we're going to dive into what is automation testing, how it differs from manual testing. We'll talk about why is it even needed, and maybe if it's for you or not. Let's get started. If you're new here, my name is the Test Lead. I make content to help you on your software testing journey. Today's topic, QA engineering, but focusing on automation testing. Going back to manual testing. In manual testing, humans are doing the testing, which is why I call it human testing, where humans are navigating to the website using their keyboard, mouse, and monitor. They're typing in apple.com and pressing enter. They're searching for a MacBook or iPhone. They're adding it to their shopping cart with their keyboard or mouse. Next, they're picking the storage size, the color, etc., and making sure that it can successfully get added to their cart and complete the purchase. That whole process is done by a human, which is why I call manual testing human testing. With automation, I'm going to write code for an automated script to do that same process by itself. So the human part is no longer involved or needed. I write the test script once, and then it carries out that test every time I press a button to execute it. So human or manual testing, a human is doing all the testing. In automation testing, I write code to replicate or mimic what a human would do. This leads to many benefits, including faster tests, because it may take a human a couple of minutes to actually carry out all the steps in a test scenario. For my automated scripts, it may take a couple of seconds. So first, the speed and efficiency. Next, that gets rid of human error. You may be testing something manually 10, 11 times. On 11th time, you may misclick something or skip a step. For my automated testing, it carries out the same exact test, the same exact way each and every time, getting rid of the human error. Now you might be asking, well, why does manual testing even exist? Automation is for repetitive tasks. If something is going to be tested once or twice or just once in a while, it's better off just being manually tested. If something is going to be tested daily or weekly or several times a day, that's when you invest in automation, because the upfront cost for automation is time consuming. You have to set up a project, write all the code to map out the elements on a web page, actually carry out the steps in an automated fashion, and then test your code to make sure that it works. So that setup takes time. That's why if you're only going to be testing it once or twice, it's not worth doing that setup. But if it's a repetitive task, automate it every time. Because once you get over that initial setup, that initial cost, running it after that takes seconds. Now, to help you visualize the flow of software and it being tested, a developer develops and creates this new software. Then you'll manually test it first to make sure it works. Once you confirm that it works, you think, should this be automated? Will this be a repetitive test? Or is this a one-time test? If it's a repetitive test, we're going to set it to be automated. We invest that initial cost so that further down the line, when we're doing our test over and over again, we just press a button and our tests run by themselves. That way, my tests can run and I'm left to actually do other testing, which is why manual or human testers is still needed, because everything can't be automated. Certain things like exploratory testing, which involves a human or person exploring websites as a normal person would. You can't write automated scripts for that yet, because automated scripts are predefined scripts. It's going to run the same test every time. And something like exploratory testing, you're freely exploring, doing something different each time. So that's why you kind of need manual testers still around. Quick break. If you're enjoying the video so far, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you need help on your software testing journey, check out my website, thetestinglead.com. Now, back to the video. So now, what's needed to become an automation tester? First, you need that core testing skill set that you get by being a manual or human tester, which is why I say start with that first. Once you have a solid understanding of the fundamentals, then you must learn how to code. Pick a coding language like Java or Python and learn how to code. Next, you need to pick an automation framework, which is used to structure your automated test scripts. Pick something like Selenium, which is old but still most popular. Then, if you have extra time, learn something like Cypress or Playwright, which are newer. Then you get involved with CI and CD and pipelines and version control. But for right now, don't get stuck up on that stuff. That'll come in due time. Just focus on learning to code, then learning to use automation frameworks. And now you might be thinking, well, why would I be an automation tester? One, it has a higher ceiling than being a regular QA engineer that just does manual testing. If you check any job board, if you know how to code at all, automatically your ceiling for pay goes up. So having this extra skill set can only help you, not hurt you. And for some jobs, you might be doing both skill sets, where you're doing both manual and automation testing, making it easier to find and keep jobs. So being transparent, yes, being a automation engineer is a lot harder than being a regular manual or human QA engineer, but it comes with many perks along with that role. So if you're looking for more growth opportunities, more pay, more responsibilities, and just to learn more, then an automation role may be best for you next. If you found this video helpful, then watch this video here next. And most importantly, don't forget this, learn something new today.